Hello, hello. So I decided to do a little bit of a update on kind of where I'm at with my business right now, and what it's like to be off social media. And that's kind of why I'm on here, honestly. I miss like talking with my people on social media about whatever is going on in life. So we're gonna try YouTube. Does that count as a social media break? Debatable, but anyway. So here we are. I am, let's see, 20 days into this time off of Instagram, and I do miss the conversation. I don't miss the scrolling that I do. I feel like I have more time on my hands, so that's been nice. What I've been working on and how I've been making money this month in my business. Honestly, I don't get a lot of clients through social media anymore. I did in the beginning of my business, and then really just decided to take advantage of blogging and SEO. Even though I wasn't seeing the return in the beginning back in 2018, 2019, like not a lot of people would actually go and read my blog posts, right? But I was like, I'm just gonna be consistent. And I had time, so I did it. And now, 5 years later, I see that investment and people are finding me on Google. That's probably how I get about 80% of my clients at this point, whether it's to my Squarespace with Confidence course or my Squarespace SEO course. I'll link those below, or getting just clients for websites. So I'm currently working on a website in a week, and with a client. She's from Germany, found me on Google, and booked. So yeah, working on that and kind of trying to navigate. It's Christmas time, home with my family, which is actually really nice because they are watching my kids. But it's really been, I've never had this happen. On our first day of website in a week, and thank God she didn't book website in a day, because had she done that on Monday, this would have been a crap show. But she booked for a website in a week, and on that day, like, my kids were just a mess. I was like feeling really not great. My ear was hurting. But I was like, I need to, like, this was gonna be the day I was gonna do most of my work, right? So I mean, at this point, I have a streamlined process. I can crank out a homepage in usually about an hour and a half. 5.5 hours later, and I still didn't have her homepage done. And oh my gosh, I was like, if this is like, this is gonna be terrible. I have to do a 5-page website. So I went home. My kids were not doing great. We all went into the doctor's office, and I had an ear infection. My daughter had an ear infection. My son had pink eye. They're coming off of hand, foot, mouth. So it was just like a mess, but it really went to show, like, if you are an entrepreneur who does something like website in a day, maybe put something in your contract about, like, if you're sick, you have the right to, like, reevaluate the day or whatever. Just because, had that been my scenario, like, my brain was so fuzzy and my design capabilities were off. I usually will go in, I'll kind of edit their copy a little bit, and that capability was completely, like, I couldn't focus on copy. I mean, it was just a mess. So anyway, that's kind of my takeaway, is I need to add that to my contract. And I mean, she was super gracious with me, and I was honest with her. I'm like, I have to go to the doctor, and she's like, you know what, if this takes 2 weeks, that's fine. So super gracious, and I appreciate that. But yeah, that's kind of my takeaway. And I've just been enjoying family and their help with my kids. So anyway, comment below if this is helpful. I've done a couple other recaps like this. I did a sabbatical, an entrepreneur sabbatical, 2.5 years in my business. So if you're like, I'm too new to take a month off, you can do it. You totally can. I'll link that below, how I did that in my business, and kind of my takeaways from that as well. I had some really pivotal takeaways with that, and just where I was at. I was in a place where I was really comparing my website designs to other, and just feeling like I wasn't as talented. And taking that month off, I challenged myself to do design challenges. It was in December, and it was called the Holly Jolly Design Challenge. And every day you were given a design prompt, but I was off Instagram, so I couldn't compare, like, my design prompts with others. And it really worked that creative muscle where I wasn't able to, like, look for inspiration from other places, because I was, like, completely off of social media. So anyway, I'll link that below, kind of more takeaways from that time. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions about sabbatical or mothership, maternity leave. I did that for 3 months, or business in general.